Good afternoon, ladies and gents. This is Dorian.
And this is Miss MVP. We are recording now.
We'd like to welcome everyone to another episode of Convos in the Park podcast. For our new listeners, we thank you for joining us. And for our day ones, we greatly appreciate y'all. As always, if you like what you hear, you can always subscribe to our socials. That'll be at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, MySpace, Mi Gente, Black Planet, College Club,
Tumblr.
Not Black Planet.
Take two. Take three. Yeah, Black Planet, all that. Y'all hear a third voice today. That's Miss Tamika Newhouse. That is our guest. We are going to get in with her in just a moment. We are a sober episode today, guys. We had some technical difficulties a moment ago.
I own it.
Captain Kirk over there didn't beam me up. So we all good. It is all good over here. Like I said, we have Miss Tamika Newhouse. She is a Black queen, an author, very damn good at it. She has a lot of self-published books. And she said, like most Black women, she got it done because she was impatient. So we're going to rock with her and see how much patience she got to ride this train.
I'm holding on.
We appreciate it. So welcome, Miss Southern Belle. How you doing?
I'm excellent, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to invade your space. I'm excited about our conversation. You know, I'm going to try to behave just a smidge. No promises.
All right, now. We behave for the first few minutes, not all of them.
No.
All right, so we got about 4 minutes, then we about to cut up.
4 minutes is about right. It's about right. Dorian, you got everything ready over there?
Yeah.
You better not say uh-oh.
No, I do actually have a topic that I did want to bring to the table, especially since we have 2 women now, and I may be beat against the corner, but I'm expecting it. But I was talking with one of my brothers the other day, and we got into a discussion about women and relationships, and he was stating that most women that he's come across, now not paying for everyone, but most women that he's come across have had the intentions of getting something out of them, whether it be food, whether it be
here we go.
money.
So now he's so important that everybody got to get him. Go ahead.
I know, right?
What was the question? Because I'm so ready. I'm already ready.
Oh man, okay.
It's basically, does a man have a man feels like a woman has a man for everything: food, money, sex, a ride, that type of stuff.
Are we supposed to say that's false or true? It's a true or false question.
It's a setup.
It's a setup. But I was about to say, and if she do, what's his point?
You ain't put no ring on it.
Yeah, is he going to cover all those bases? Like everything that she wants, is he going to supply it? Because if he's not, then why are we talking about it?
Yep.
Why is it your concern?
If I got Jody that want to feed me and Tyrone that want to buy me another car.
I'm just trying to understand, like, if when he's spending time with the woman and he likes her, he should just be enjoying her time, not worrying about who else she's spending time with and who else she's getting things from.
Well, he's not so much worried about the other people. He's worried about when it's happening with him, because again, he's come across women and, you know, he'll try to get to know them, but he feel like he's forking up more than how he feels he should be, you know, to be in a relationship. He should present
himself as an ATM.
So it sounds, first of all, he's a common denominator in this. And it also seems like he needs to set the boundaries and start saying no. Date the women in the capacity that you can. And don't get upset when all this investing in your resources and your time, and you feel like you putting out and you're not getting back what you want. Well, open up your mouth and say what it is you want. perhaps you investing your time in the wrong person.
That's true.
You know, like set the boundaries, and nobody's putting a gun up to his head. He don't have to pay for the dates, but you're paying for the dates because you want her, right? You want this woman, you want more of her time, et cetera, et cetera. Say that. And if she's spending time with other people and you don't like that, say that too. Don't be having no attitude. You can respond and be like, you know what? I like you too. I just want to talk to you too. Now I got this going on, that going on. Don't expect for her to cut off everybody else, and then she got to struggle in those other spaces. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That don't make no sense. So that's on him. Ain't nobody doing nothing. No one is doing him wrong. Technically,
he doing himself wrong.
Women, they're dating. Women are dating,
and that's what you're supposed to do when you're dating, unless y'all have that conversation where y'all want to be exclusive
to each other.
Yeah.
No. I'm in complete agreement. So now I was raised that if you take a woman out on a date, you're supposed to pay. You're supposed to, be the utmost gentleman. Or, hold the door, all that kind of stuff. I'm used to that. I have no problem with that. But there are a lot of brothers that I come across that are like, they in that era of, well, I have to keep my safety investment for the first date. If we're able to go Dutch on the first date, then everything,
I've never come across him.
Better.
Okay, I hate a Dutch dude. Like, first of all, either you pay or I pay.
Yeah.
But what we doing splitting the bill for, that's retarded. I don't even like that. That's not even how grown folks even should approach a situation. Either you got it or I got it. But to finish my thought, guys feel like because they're paying for the date, then they have access to the woman's body.
Yeah.
My thing is, if you want access to my body because you bought me some chicken wings, this is a problem. Pay my rent.
What if it was shrimp?
Like we about to heighten up the stakes here. Pay my rent.
Did you just say red lobster?
Not red lobster.
Yeah, he did.
I said shrimp and lobster. I didn't say red lobster.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, cheddar biscuits, they may change my mind a little bit.
A man's not a basket of biscuits.
Hey, I went to Mika. Don't knock them cheddar bay biscuits.
The hell, I can go and buy the dough myself.
Yeah, right. I open the door for you for them biscuits. But
yeah, like I said, I've run into a lot of different people, and a lot of brothers have been on that. Oh, I'm trying to protect me. I'm trying to protect my funds. If she don't want to support me in any kind of way, then it's all, then I don't want to invest my money or time into her. And it's just like, okay, well, you just said it right there. If you don't want to invest in,
he already come into the situation guarded. Like Kevin Samuels kind of speaks on that a little bit as far as
don't you speak that man name in this room.
I actually like Kevin Samuels. I don't like his delivery, but he don't never be saying nothing wrong to these ladies.
No,
like he's never saying anything false. You always hear people saying he's rude, but you never hear them saying he's wrong.
Yeah,
you never hear rude. That. He's rude. Like his delivery, he definitely can soften up a little bit. Kind of calm down. It seems like his kind of be all tight up in the chest, like he got something he got to get off his chest half the time. But he's not saying anything technically wrong. And I really feel that people are more chilled and happy. The dating process would be a lot more smoother.
Yeah.
And half of these men that keep talking about, they trying to get me or they want me or whatever. Sir, who are you? Let's process this. Why do you think that you're so valuable that these women want to get you? Now we got to get you and stuff. What are they trying to get? What do you have for us to capture? A lot of these men, for the most part, on average, they make what? 40,000 a year, 50,000 a year. Come on, let's humble yourself a little bit. Humble yourself, bring yourself back down here a little bit. And then let's be open and honest and transparent when you're dating. Because everybody not trying to get you. You just broke. And you don't want to be spending all your money and wasting your money. Because at the end of the day, you want a woman to be all about you, right? You want access to her body, access to her time. And you don't really want her giving her time and her body to nobody else. But you're not even qualified to be like, only talk to me. You ain't even bring nothing to the table. We got to go Dutch. I got to work too. We got to figure this thing out together. And come on.
I've never come across that I want to split the ticket with you type thing. No.
Nah, I haven't
come across him. And like you say, either I'll pay or you pay. And if I definitely go out with you and I know that I don't want to have nothing to do with you after this, I am definitely going to pay.
I don't mind. My thing is, and I think that all women should be going on a date and you should be able to pay for yourself in an event, something goes wrong, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think there's nothing wrong with paying for, your own stuff anyway. But let me say I want to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm totally in agreement with that because, like I said, I've been the old school kind of dude, and just seeing some of these people and hearing some of these conversations from my fellow Black men, and it's all striking, honestly, because
this is very disheartening because it seems like we against each other. Everybody got attitudes. Everybody got their guard up. Like, what is everybody trying to get and capture here? Why we just can't spend time, enjoy each other's company, be honest, and call it a day? It don't have to be really heavy or serious. Let's go bowling. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a movie. Let's go for happy hour. Sit at the bar. Like, there's so many stuff that we could do. And,
but it's so many people, the guys and the women everybody's so quick to think that they're being played, that everybody is guarded, everybody is sensitive. They don't want to, like we talked about last week, the culture is very sensitive right now. And it's so oversensitive that you really don't know how to approach or de-escalate a situation. So it makes everybody uncomfortable and everybody feel like I cannot tell this person no, especially women. We have to watch our back because if we reject a guy, he might be sitting on the hood of our car ready to murk us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have to downplay the situation and make sure that we let him down slowly. We'll go on one date with you, maybe, and try to let you down slowly from there. But the culture is kind of crazy. I mean, because you mess around and get a female in a situation that she may get raped, you don't know what that might trigger. You know what I'm saying?
Or a situation where a man got. Like, he get his money stolen, his chains taken. I be seeing a lot of that go on in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
it is a bad time period. Like when it, and I wouldn't even say technically just sensitive, just when it comes to communication, we don't know how to naturally engage. And then social media has, and I just watched the Dave Chappelle special, and I swear to God, I love that special. Because one thing that he said about that stood out to me, he said that Twitter is not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always sit here and be like, social media, like when social media was down like a week ago, I tweeted and I said, take y'all ass outside, go enjoy the real world. It's okay. It's going to be fine. Like, open up your door, go to the coffee shop, say hello to somebody. What happened to just that?
Hold your head up when you walk.
I be telling my son that all the time. Like, be confident. Like, I live around a community of like Indian people. And I see them walking everywhere. Like, they walk their children to school. They standing right there when the children get off the bus. The women, they congregate. The men, they're playing basketball together. Some other kind of game. And sometimes I was like, look at this.
Yep.
Real humans. Engaging.
Interacting with each other.
And that's what we need to do. I think we just stop looking at social media. Everybody is kind of posting the same type of body. Honestly, you can see everything but a woman's,
look a little harder. You can
see some of those
everything but her kitty cat. You can see everything
on there too.
Online. And then sometimes you can see her kitty cat.
She got her own handle and everything.
So it's like, it's a different space and everything is about sex. Superman and Lois son just came out gay. He kissing the man on a come on, like this all this stupid stuff. Like like everything, like we so detached just from just human interaction, human decency.
Yeah, because I mean, you can, just like you said with social media, everyone can be in the same club. They won't be interacting, but I bet you everyone got their phone up trying to trying to take a whole pan view of the club.
Yep.
Or taking they're capturing the moment versus being in the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
And half the time when I go out, like I'll do my videos and pictures in the beginning. And then after that, I'll forget about it because I'm trying to have fun. I want to dance. I want to talk to people.
Exactly.
Like people be in their phone all the time. Oh, let me get that. Let me okay, weirdo.
I don't even have a lot of pictures in my phone when we go out. Like at my son's birthday party, Dorian.
Yeah.
Everybody was in their phone. I'm watching the kids enjoy themselves and have fun. They were at the trampoline park and they was just, bouncing and flipping and fighting and tugging of war and all this. I have no pictures from that except for like 2 or 3 at the beginning before they all got dirty and funky. And after that, I have no more pictures because I live in the moment. I don't understand why people do that.
We're going to get further and further away from that. So
I like human interaction.
Just think about our grandchildren and their children. We're getting so far away from just...
You talking about think about the grandchildren. I got to get past the children first.
Next couple years, it's going to be VR. It's not going to be any interaction. Everyone's going to be virtual.
Exactly.
Everything's virtual. Like, I know y'all saw this, right? And we may be getting off subject, but then again, we supposed to be talking. So, you know how it's normal now, right? To see a Tesla car.
Yes.
Teslas are cars that drive themselves.
Yes.
Yep. 20
years from now, we would have said something like a car driving itself. That's crazy. But now it's like normalized us, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they just created?
What?
A human version of Tesla. Actual robots that will go and do stuff around the house for you.
Nope, I saw the movie Robot one time. I don't want
but now it's done, right? And I bring up the Tesla car because we look at the Tesla car like it's normal. Oh, that's a Tesla. We're going to be looking at robots like that in people's home. Like, they got a robot in their house.
Nope,
like it's becoming our new normal.
We're living in the Matrix.
Nope, I don't want the Jetsons in my house. I don't want the robots in my house. I'm good.
But slowly but surely, I'm just saying, man, we got to pray and just enjoy life.
Yeah, we definitely got to do that for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Speaking of the going back to the women not being able to excuse me, not being able to reject the guys because of possibility of being sexually harassed or terrorized, because that's exactly what they are, domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
They your book, I want to give it away if nobody has read it. In one of your books, Cookie's sister was brutally raped. And then she had to compensate that feeling and those demons with supplemental things, whether it be men, sex, drugs, alcohol, clubbing, whatever. When you were creating that character, what dark path did you have to go down? Or was it somebody's story that you knew?
My real life, because Cookie is based on real life.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I saw that it said a Fort Worth story.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if it was a family friend or whatever.
I'm originally from Fort Worth. And I wrote Cookie, which is crazy. It just released this week. 10-year anniversary. We re-released it this past Tuesday.
Okay.
And I wrote Cookie because I was a teen mom turned CEO by the time I was 20. But all of my adolescence, I experienced trauma after trauma after trauma. And it to the point where things were taken permanently. Not where I was, my feelings got hurt and I had to move around. I experienced death after death after death, disappointment after disappointment. And then I got married young because I wanted love and I wanted friendship. And I thought that's who that person was, who I married. That just was not the case. I want to tell that story because I was still in the process of healing, but I also wanted people to see an example of it can start really dark, but what you gonna make out of it?
Yeah.
And even in that moment, I was still figuring out life. And because I think I was about 25, 26 then. So I was still figuring out life and trying to, gain new experiences and new understanding. But I wanted people to really understand that you can really start low. You can really lose it all. You can be dealing with this and dealing with that. But what is it that truly makes you happy, and how are you going to move past that?
Yes.
And that's basically what Cookie's about. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm looking forward to reading Cookie too. I didn't even.
Yeah. And that one is so Cookie is really based off of my experience as a teenager. And then you got Cookie 2, which is based off of my sister's real life experience.
Okay.
And I really wanted, my sister has had a much darker journey than myself, but she can't seem to get out of her own way.
Gotcha.
And I want her to share her story in hopes of me helping her get to the other side. You know, like, I got you. Let's talk about your story. Let me help you kind of lead you to the water and help you drink it too.
Yeah, it's healing in the conversation for sure.
It is healing, yeah.
Yeah, it's healing in the conversation. Sometimes you just got to put the pen to the paper just to get it out. You're just talking to yourself. So yeah, the cookie series is good. Do you have any other series that, of course, you're working on? You're always working, but do you have another series of niggas ain't shit?
Whoa.
Sorry, Dorian.
Golly.
I'm actually well, I got. Let me see. I put out. I'm working on my 18th romance book right now.
Okay.
And I honestly do not have story. None of my stories actually show that niggas ain't shit. It kind of show that people ain't shit. Well, because the women, even for my very first book, the women were doing stuff in there that men technically did, like being sexually free, lying, being open to, to new things. Yeah, multiple partners, like things that basically women are not supposed to be sexualized.
Yes.
And from jump, that's always kind of been my thing. Like, if I want you, I want you. If I don't, I don't. I'm not about to be judged or feel shameful about that. And so I always wanted my female protagonists, like my lead female characters, to always kind of exude a little bit of myself. So I don't quite have people with niggas ain't shit, but I am actually creating a comedy dating book called Date These Niggas.
Okay.
You say Date These Niggas?
Yeah, it's called Date These Niggas. Look at Dorian face. I don't know about that one.
I'll be interested in something like that. Excuse me, I can't even talk right now. When Miss MVP introduced me to you, and she said, just look into her work, and I started doing my Googles and everything else. I started, digging into everything. I was like, this is, it's from your path and everything else it's been inspiring to me, and it brings me to want to read some of these books, and especially like
and you should. Cooking.
And I will. And I will. But yeah, I mean, it's just through conversation and talking with someone that, introduced me to someone else. Just like how I was introduced to Eric Jerome Dickey at around my 20s, and at someone I would have never thought of, because I'm the nerd, so I'm usually into, sci-fi books and everything else. But again, just having conversations with people.
Nerd boy.
Yeah, he's a Star Trek, Star Wars.
Not you a Trekkie.
Yes. All the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all of my stories really kind of, I have a consistent theme. It's redeeming themselves and conquering love. So, and I feel that love is basically the most beautiful form of affection that you can really kind of show somebody, whether it's love to your child, your parent, a sibling, or your romantic partner. I kind of show all different sorts of types of love, but my characters are always trying to redeem themselves and conquer love. So yeah, I think love, and I even have love tattoos. I hear always choose love on my arm.
I like that.
I
like that. My tattoo here says, I am because you were. And it means multiple things. I got it when my dad passed away. I am the strong Black woman that I am because he was a strong Black man to show me. But it also I am a bitch because you were an asshole. So
we are really a reflection of our parents.
Exactly.
So,
We are. And that's my ace right there. That's my partner. So I'm a true daddy's girl. I don't care who don't like it.
How long daddy been gone?
1 year on the 3rd of this month.
Oh wow, you are fresh in it.
Yep, fresh in it.
Yeah. And, well, my advice to that is, because I get asked this all the time, because even most of my companies, well, 2 of my companies are named after my mother. Mm-hmm. And she died when I was 20.
And that's Delphine?
Delphine. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it does not get easy. It just gets familiar. Yes. You also tend to have better coping mechanisms. Mm-hmm. You're able to function better, but you'll find yourself sometimes here and there, and you'll break down or drop it. I'm 15, 16 years in.
Yep. I can still kind of,
So it's that first few years, though, it took me like 4 years just to visit my mother's gravesite. And when I did, it was horrible. I mean, snot run down the nose, horrible. I'm like, come on, I was pissed.
Well, I had him cremated. He was cremated. So everybody, all of his family, we actually had his ashes spreaded a little bit at Tarrant County because he's from Texas. So spread his ashes in Tarrant County.
Did you say Tarrant County?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He went to Kilpatrick.
Okay.
So he's a Texan all the way. But
is that how you found me?
No,
I actually kind of in the same city. Same.
No. Okay. I found you on the real Twitter. Fuck that.
Oh, okay. Twitter is okay.
Twitter
oh wow! Real. So he back home a little bit in Fort Worth, sprinkled around,
Yep, okay. Sprinkled around. And a little bit on the north side of Dallas, but that's a different story. But he was a real big supporter in everything that I wanted to do, and he was a fan of that guy right there on the screen. So, so yeah, we got along pretty good, and it's amazing how, going a little bit more further off subject, I had him cremated, and in the funeral home, my sister and I were sitting across from each other, and the funeral director came in, assistant director. She was like, "This is an unfamiliar noise that I hear come from this room." And she was like, "What?" My sister said, "What?" She was like, "I hear joy. I hear laughter. We normally hear pain and sorrow." I said, "That's because our dad was a damn good man." Mm-hmm. And we know that he is not going where he's not supposed to be.
Yeah,
he did. He had some unfinished business, but like the dad said on Black Panther, a man who does not prepare his son for his death has failed. He prepared us. We were raised right, and not to say that nobody else isn't raised right, but we have coping mechanisms, like you said, comedy to deal with trauma. And my dad was a jerk. He laughed at everything. So when we were telling, stories and jokes and stuff at the table, we were like, yeah, that was something he did. He did not want to be in a box. I knew that for a fact. So when we went to the funeral home, and this is kind of morbid a little bit, and I'll try to get past it. She was like, "Are you going to bring some clothes?" I looked at her. I said, "I ain't gonna burn no good clothes. Burn." Because my dad wanted to be naked. He said, "I was free coming in. I want to be free going out." I knew this. You know what I'm saying? Why you laughing?
Because I've never thought about it like that. I want to be cremated too, but I ain't never thought about doing the naked. You got a point.
Yeah. My dad, when I tell you, was a stone cold jerk. Give him his vodka and his joint, he was good. Okay.
Now he's walking his joint. Come on, Papa.
Yeah, they don't make Slitsmore liquor bull no more. So.
Our family, they never die as long as we keep talking about them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we remember the teachings and things that they showed us. So they actually never fade. They are walking around with us, which is weird. It takes me to this subject. I actually just visited a medium this past week.
Really? How was that?
It was comforting.
Who did you speak to? Your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
I had my mom came. My mom came to visit. She relayed a lot of messages. Okay. My grandmother,
Oh.
And then a lot of people on my daddy's side, I ain't gonna front though, and they probably hear me now, whatever. I'm just now getting, close to my daddy, right?
Uh-huh.
So I don't know a lot of my daddy's side of family history. So the things they were telling me, they was telling me a lot of things on my daddy's side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to my brothers. I was like, it's great to meet y'all here talking and stuff, but Mama, where you at? That's why I was kind of thinking, like, come on, Mom, I need you to talk a little bit more,
Yeah.
I don't really know these people. It was a really good experience. I would recommend it for anyone.
I never thought about
that is wanting to kind of get some additional guidance from your ancestors. And I knew I needed to speak with them because I kept seeing these same numbers over and over and over and over. And our angels and our ancestors, they speak to us through signs and through numbers. And so I'm like, okay, let me figure out what they're trying to tell me. And so it was very comforting.
Gotcha. Yeah. Where, and not to take away from your experience, but what type of research did you do in order to get to this medium?
Well, one of my friends actually visited her.
Okay.
She visited her prior to, and if it wasn't for that, I probably would have not, because I've done psychic readings before, so I have an idea of my pathway, but psychic readings and medium readings is totally different.
Yes.
So, for example, she was sitting there telling me things about just who I was, or even down to some things I haven't even outwardly said. Like she said something that I am ashamed of.
Okay.
That I internally know about, right?
Gotcha.
And she looked at me straight in my face because it was something that my mother said. And she looked at me, she said, I got to be straight with you because this is what she said. And so she told me that, hey, I know what you did. And I forgive you. She told me, she said it verbatim. I ain't going to say it now because I'm about to put my business out there.
Of course.
But she said it verbatim. And I looked at her and I was like,
how you know that? We're just talking about Willis.
Like, and for her to say that though, it did bring me comfort because, we all have our own secrets and things that we try to work on internally that we don't talk about to anybody.
Yes.
And that was something I really, really needed. So
gotcha.
But yeah, I learned from her through her friends, and I would recommend it. Like I would recommend talking to a medium, anyone that you feel that can connect you to your family, those that you lost.
Now I've had a tarot card reading before, but I've never had a medium or a psychic reading because tarot cards and psychics are different.
Yeah, it is.
Also, but I've had that, and it wasn't like as authentic as I thought it would be, but some things she did hit on. This was years ago. It's over there on 59, Dorian.
Okay.
Right past Foley. But I just stopped in there one day. Me and a couple friends, we were coming down from school to go to the beach, and we pulled over, and I'm like, okay, $25. Okay, I can do it. Boom.
Oh, okay.
You're younger, and you're just like, okay. But some things, like I said, that I come across now, I don't know if it was just a coincidence or whatever. But yeah, a medium is something that I would definitely like to do.
Yeah. I would definitely. And then also perhaps another psychic that can dive in deeper by actually reading your palm, connecting to your energy and your aura, kind of spending a little bit more time with you versus just pulling out cards that kind of connect with, just your energy, your zodiac sign, because those things too generically tell us who we are and and where we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to flow through life. Those things really do, matter, basically. Zodiac signs and all that is real.
Yeah, some people don't believe in it, but I do. When it comes to the zodiacs, I believe in that. Numerology.
Yeah, I mean, it's that gut feeling that you get. It's that pull that you get. It's that deja vu moment that you get.
Yes.
These are not just things that just like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah.
No, this is a spiritual realm.
Exactly.
And a sign that's happening. And deja vu, if you go and look it up, it normally means that you're on the right path.
Yep.
That's really what that means.
Yep.
Like you're aligned and you're on the right path. You're going down the right journey. Gut feeling normally really tells you if you're supposed to be doing something, like you feel it. Oh, let me go this way. This person's not right. Something not right with this. You may not know what it is, but those feelings, you got to pay attention to that.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You definitely got to pay attention to it.
And be obedient. Be obedient to that feeling. Don't go against him and be like, I'm just tripping. No, you're not.
No, you ain't.
No, you're not.
No, you are not. You are not. You are not. That listen to your instincts is definitely a way to go. That's a little insight to the Black Girl Magic Bible 101. That's embedded.
That intuition that men be talking about that they have. Or when women think that they cheating, well, if you gotta ask, your man if you cheating or if you think he is, he probably is, because your intuition is not far off at all.
My intuition is always spot on.
Yeah, even when it comes down to your children, your offspring, like you can feel it.
No, I ain't talking about with them. I ain't studying them. I'm talking about relationship wise. Always spot on. I ain't studying them.
And then men, y'all don't know how to cheat right.
That part.
No comment.
Dorian.
No comment.
I mean, Dorian, you got a comment. You the only guy up in. Your response be, well, I don't know, because I don't cheat.
I don't cheat anymore. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that. I'll be honest with myself. I don't cheat anymore as I've gotten older. Yeah. Younger days, yeah. I've done some stupid shit. I ain't gonna front.
All right. See, we all had those flip moments.
But that a medium, I would never have thought of going to a medium. Like growing up in a Christian household, you would never think of, and of course we talk about the Holy Spirit and everything else, but as we see some of these other things, it's like, as I got older, it's like, I just I don't attach myself to normal religion. Like I've become a little bit more spiritual because I've been able to go with my gut feelings now more often. And again, the intuition thing and just seeing certain things. And it's just like, okay, yeah, again, with religion, they say the Holy Spirit, but you look down on psychics and mediums and other, normal ghosts, quote unquote. But it's like, they're going to be around. If you believe in one spirit, why can't you believe in the rest of them?
This is true. And then you'll have people in the church that can tell you about yourself. You'll have people that they call it discernment. Discernment is a psychic ability.
Yeah. You'll
have people and they call it prophesying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they do it outside the church, that's witchcraft. Excuse me.
Now, I believe in witchcraft.
What makes it any different if you tell me this inside the church house or outside the church house? It's the same thing. It's the same approach. Mm-hmm. But again, you will find someone that has, a review, someone that's been to them, someone that has been at it a very long time. You can kind of have a sense of things, but I would recommend it. Because honestly, going through life sometimes blinds. Yeah. You need that spiritual guidance sometimes. I would recommend it. I think I told that lady, I'll be back in a year. Give me 1 year, I'll be back. So I can check in with my ancestors, make sure I'm on the right path and stuff.
I'm going to find one. I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah, I definitely.
And mine, she does virtual too. So I'll send you her information, and if you want to connect with her, I would recommend it. And I also even have a psychic that I can refer you to that she does virtual sessions as well.
Yeah, send me out.
Oh yeah. Send them both our way. Yeah.
Okay, he's doing like, yeah, I'm down. I want it.
No, because it's something that I've always preached on the podcast, even before Miss MVP joined. It was, therapy and everything else, you spoke earlier about healing, and it's like the person that I've become now would not have happened if I did not start a healing process with some of the things that I had going on in my life. So yeah, just going to therapy and finding other ways just to heal yourself before you get into relationships or deal with people in general, it helps. So yeah, I'm all a proponent for that.
I actually did 6 years of counseling.
Yeah.
When I found that I'm unhappy, but even when I try to be happy, I can't be. I had to really get some understanding on why it's harder for me now to get out of that funk. And actually understanding your life, understanding yourself, and in processing your pain and your happiness will help you be a better individual. There's no one way to go about counseling. There's no blueprint to go about counseling. There's no specific questions and things that your counselor, your therapist will ask you. Mm-hmm. It's all about just being transparent and going through the process of talking about it. Because once you understand it, you begin to make better decisions and you navigate through life differently. Not better, but differently. Right. So that you make decisions that put you in better positions.
Yeah.
And different higher levels that you vibrate even higher and better. And honestly, if you have not healed, and this is for anybody, I don't even think that you got to be going through anything. I don't even think that you have to have lost anything. Know who you are. Mm-hmm. Know how to communicate. Understand your love language. Understand how you need to be loved. Because if you don't even know these basic things and then you want to go through life, you want to build relationships and partnerships with people and you broken, or are you oblivious to who you are, you haven't even taken the time to know who you are, it's going to be chaos. Because you don't know how to effectively communicate what it is that you need.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It was something that I saw someone post and they said, do you know your love language? And they said, if you do, you should do practice your love language on yourself.
Yes.
And I was like, damn.
Everything that you want to do with somebody, do with yourself.
Do with yourself. Your love language can be anything from silence to burning candles to taking a walk. It's something, whatever your love language is that makes you happy no matter what. That's your love language.
Yep. Acts of service. Buy yourself a gift. Take yourself out for drinks. Go sit at the bar. Have a drink or two. Talk to a stranger. Say howdy do. And then go home.
And keep it going.
And keep it moving.
Keep it moving. It's amazing how, as a culture, we've gotten comfortable with saying that we have anxiety. And
everybody depressed these days. I'm depressed. I'm bipolar. Like it's a badge of honor.
Yeah,
like, what
and
we
it's
doing?
not. Yeah. It's not. It's not.
That's
but
not
I know
cool.
that I have anxiety when it comes to crowds and large buildings. That shit's real.
It's social anxiety.
Yes. And I didn't get that way. Well, I hadn't been that way long at all. I just within the last 4 to 5 years, it's become not crippling, but it's becoming on the forefront. My doctor gave me medicine that I refuse to take.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be dependent on it.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people out there that are taking this medicine.
And they're not doing nothing else.
And they're not doing anything else. You have to face what you're afraid of.
Yep, that's their solution, medication.
And you have to make yourself uncomfortable. I make myself uncomfortable on a weekly basis. I despise Walmart. Walmart.
Not Walmart. Not the one stop and shop.
Here we go.
I will go, shut up. I will go inside of Walmart at least once, the big Walmart, not the grocery store. I'll go inside Super Walmart at least once a month to try to conquer. And I make myself stay at least 10 minutes.
Okay.
I walk from the front all the way to the back and back out the door.
Okay. So you don't get nothing up.
No.
She's about to say, hell no.
But here's the thing. I don't have that problem when I go to Target.
Really?
I can be at Target for hours.
But Target like the bougie Walmart.
Exactly.
There's less people though.
True.
There's usually less people in a Target than there is
If I go to this Walmart by the house early in the morning, Dorian, there's nobody in there.
Yeah.
So why do I feel like that still?
Well, you know what? I think when it comes to anxiety, I think a lot more people have it now because, again, back to just engaging with humans.
Yes.
Like we're too separated. We all sit behind a computer screen for the most part. And in the past 2 years, has been abnormal. Yes. Like I have been an entrepreneur since I was 20 years old. And I quit my job when I was 23. So I've been working at homes for like 11, 12 years. So being in the house was all right when the shutdown hit. Yeah. I was cool.
Yeah, because it was not new to you.
I wasn't tripping. I had to go. I'm used to not going nowhere. But about 4 weeks into this, and I hadn't seen a human, I understood why it was important, why engaging with people was important, how people in these psychiatric hospitals go crazy when they're in a room by themselves, or when people are in solitary for so long. How now they have this mental illness going on. It's a given. And I think there's so much social media, so much technology, all this virtual stuff, and then just for the past 2 years, it's heightened it. Yeah. This is why the anxiety level has skyrocketed, and people do not know how to get out of that funk and get out of it.
Yeah, the option of engaging was taken away from us.
Yeah.
We don't have the option of saying, yeah, I'll be at your party, but who all gonna be there? Well, ain't nobody gonna be there.
Ain't nobody
if I get bored, I'll come. You know, we don't have that option anymore. It was stripped from us. And that was real, like they were talking about the kids being more awkward than what they already are because they want to keep everything virtual, but these kids need to be social.
They need to be social. They need to get back to just being children.
That is true.
I'm tired of the conversation when we focus on what you like.
Yeah.
And who you are. So now, and this is the crazy thing about it, right? Dave Chappelle kind of touched on it. Shout out to all my LGBTQ people. But I think it's very weird, and this is my opinion, for me to look at you in your face and then you tell me you're not a boy or a girl. And so then I got to call you a them.
Them, yeah.
Them, he, she, they, it.
And then if I forget in that moment to address you as a there, them, they,
whatever
I'm being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Or I'm being dismissive to what you're asking me. No, I'm being normal.
Yeah.
Because you're not an alien.
Exactly.
You're not just an it. You're a human that so happens to be a certain sex that I can visually see.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they keep making this a conversation, and now they have all these different types of sexualities. And I'm like, but what does it matter?
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this? I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care what type of people you like. I don't think that we should be talking about this when a child's brain is like mush.
Yeah.
When it's so impressionable. You got people now that can change their baby's sex when they're born.
Yeah, and I think that is disrespectful as hell.
Yeah.
And no, it's scary.
Yeah.
Because people are getting detached from reality because we want to be pro-choice. But what about pro-logic?
Yeah.
Pro-common sense?
What common sense?
Yes, common. Like, I don't want to look at, I'm looking at I'm seeing a certain type of human person, but I can't call you that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Because back in the day, it used to be he, she's, she males, hermaphrodites, dykes, bull daggers,
butches,
cis faggots, and that was it.
And we understood and we knew, and it is what it is. But I think what it came with the LGBTQ community, just like the Black community, we wanted respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can even take it back to Martin Luther King with his segregation movement and him wanting us to be integrated.
Mm-hmm.
And then him later saying, oops, my bad, I made a mistake. We didn't technically want to be integrated. We want to be respected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be beat up and raped and
shot
and shot.
Yeah.
And we still can't homes in certain neighborhoods. There's still laws in the Constitution, it still prevent us from buying homes in certain neighborhoods.
Yeah, the redlining, yeah.
Yeah, they still redlining us. Like we still are, when it comes to the economic power, we still at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Black family dynamic, there is none. We don't even have a Black family emoji.
Yeah, we don't.
Can we talk about other stuff other than who you doing it to? I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we got real rights. Like we trying to buy homes. We want our children to go to college.
Exactly.
Like it'll be great for medical insurance not be so high. There are way other things that America be focused on, but we trying to focus on us calling you a them and who you doing it to. Okay.
Exactly. It's I'm not gonna say it's unheard of, but it's definitely unreal on how
it's a distraction.
It is. Like we have to explain it so many times. My friend and I, we were talking about voter suppression and voter rights today. And a lot of people, when it comes to gentrifying, they don't understand how, for instance, you're familiar with Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of Fort Worth, you have a conglomerate of different races.
Mm-hmm.
You have a conglomerate of everything and a donut shop every corner. Okay.
Am I right?
So you have gentrification coming about in some of these neighborhoods where you have everybody being pushed out to the county. And the county is having to develop so fast. Well, now inside the city, if they get ready to make a decision because all the Black and brown people have moved out to the county because the land is cheaper, we're having to be able to buy houses out there, and we want to buy houses. So they're making the land affordable, but they're taking us outside the city. So now when they make decisions inside the city, you can't vote because you left the city. Now you can only vote on the county level. That's a form of voter suppression that they're putting right into your face, that it has taken them 10 to 12 years to develop to make the county line wider, to make the FDA loans available to everybody, to be able to gentrify inside the city, to make you want to push out the city onto the county to take away your voter rights. They didn't do nothing but make you change your address.
Yep.
Just because you didn't want the gas station that you used to go to by your grandma's house across the street from your high school to be a Starbucks now, or to be right now. Instead of dealing with that, you want to move out further where you have no say so over nothing.
Yep.
And nobody did that but you. They didn't have to put no laws in hand or nothing. They said, okay, y'all don't want it? Look what this fancy new mall is out here at the county line.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this fancy new racetrack that's at the county line. Y'all want to be closer to that?
I wish that we made better decisions. I wish that we honestly had a lot more financial literacy.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
We still have... I'm trying to get to the point where when I pass over, my children are going to have something to show for it. Like I can give my children something, but we still have generations where we still don't even have homes that we passing down to our children. We don't have businesses or land or anything that we're passing. We ain't got shit. Only thing that we're doing is being born, working, and then dying.
Yep.
Or and then when y'all die, y'all launch a GoFundMe account.
Yeah. Or if we do have the home, that generation doesn't want to deal with the issues maintaining it. Yeah, maintaining that home.
Because it's a mindset. It's a mindset. You got to understand the type of Black folks we are these days. It ain't the same like Black folks that we was in the 60s, the 50s, the 40s. That we was all family oriented. Yeah. We was all about building our legacies. Like building our strong family unit.
Yep.
To school, getting a trade. We also walked around outside presentable. You can go back to the 50s, 60s. Look at our Black men walking in a tie and some slacks on a Tuesday just to go to work. Look at our Black queens. They skirts all the way down to their ankles. And we can't see they hips and their ass. We don't know what they body look like. Like we just presented ourselves totally different then. And then as you kind of talk about with the redlining, America strategically separated us. They strategically poisoned our neighborhoods. This is why we got the hoods. They strategically destroyed our families. That's why we got so many black men locked up. That's why when that feminist movement came around, they made it seem like it was our fight, and that was the white woman's fight. That was not our fight. It's so many different things that they did to break down black folks as a whole.
Yep.
And here we are. Now you can go on the internet and you can see all our black queens twerking. You can see all our black queens with the same shape. And we got way more black millionaires than we ever had before. And it seems like we ain't got no further.
Because we hadn't.
Yeah.
They're too busy and we can...
trying to be accepted by...
Yep. We can talk about this.
They think they free. They think they made it. Basically, they got to a certain tax bracket,
and they haven't.
They different.
They haven't, because when you take a look at it, when the insurance fraud came out, right? A couple of weeks ago, where they named like 12 to 40 NBA players that fraud.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Okay, why in the hell y'all defrauding something? Y'all get paid.
You can't do it legit. Like, we can do it legitimately.
Yeah. Y'all just trying to get over for what? Then
they probably see their white counterparts doing it, but you got to understand the system is not designed to
keep not meant for us.
It's designed to keep us in it.
Exactly.
And we can't act and do the same thing they do.
Exactly. Yeah. And that goes to say this. You want to know why Tammy and Steve can get a house and keep everything, but Tammy and Stefan can't, because when they go get their house, their car, and everything else, they max out everything, they go file bankruptcy.
Yep.
You rather go rob Peter to pay Paul, or to pay this, and go keep robbing, and you digging yourself in a hole instead of going to do what they did.
Or just understanding the system, understanding the game, playing it well, just like they do.
That's what they do.
Starting your business using credit and going to the bank and using their money.
Yep. And
nobody, black folks don't even want to take the time to build their credit. Like, a good credit score is way more powerful than $50,000 in cash.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to take the time to understand credit. Nobody wants to take the time to understand investments.
Because it's a lot of numbers and confusing words and stuff like that. Like, my cousin, he's the finance guru in the family. If we got questions and stuff like that, I'll call him like, look, cause I asked him this, that, like, he started my portfolio, his brothers, his moms, his dad. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give you this. And this right here, what I want right here. Cause I don't understand it. It's not that I don't want to. It changes every day.
It does. There's so many different stuff. Like, now they got this cryptocurrency and these...
I don't want to touch it.
These investing in stuff, and just, it's a lot.
NFTs and all this. And then, no, I talked to him and I asked him a simple question, and he was like, nope, that ain't good. I'm like, all right, that's all I need to know. I don't need to know.
You reaching out, you finding a source.
Yeah.
And you got people that don't even want to do that.
Yeah.
They just say, well, I don't know.
It's free.
Information is free, but they'll sit there and they'll look up, how to start this and start stuff that don't even generate generational wealth.
Yeah.
But they'll be frivolous with their time, and or they'll book these trips and go to Miami and buy weed and stunt in Miami for the weekend.
They gotta look good for the gram. Come on now.
And can you do that though after you get your teeth done?
That part.
I'm just like, I get tired of seeing like grown folks, and it's clear that your teeth not white no more.
It's
clear that you're missing a few of them.
That part.
But yet you hopping on flights to go to another city and stunt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit Airline.
It's weird. Y'all priorities is mixed up.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, do the teeth.
Do the teeth. Anything. You know what I'm saying?
Like, come on, y'all.
I get it though. it's so many people who missed out on things growing up that now that they're getting it, they're trying to relive their childhood, and it's sad.
Again, they're broken.
They are broken. And I don't know if it's something that can be transformed and or healed from, or if it's something that they just have to get over and realize that, hey, I can do better than this.
I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest.
When your children are telling you basically either A, stop, or this is not right, it's something wrong in your head that's not clicking as a whole that you need to be able to grow from. So I don't know what our young people can put. Well, now not even young people, it's old people.
Just our people.
My people. My
people. I'm like, Mexican people is passing us now, y'all. Like, come on. We gotta do better.
Yeah, we do. We definitely gotta do better.
Yeah.
It goes back to the habits though, because even the biggest thing that got to me this week was I had for my job, I had one of the trainer came to teach one of the guys that got recently hired. And it's something I've heard so long ago, but him saying it recently just kind of peeked in my head. He said, you got to be able to have muscle memory. It takes 28 days to create a habit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, and once he said that, just part, it was like, wow, just really, sit back thinking on it. Like, if we just created a pattern of thinking or just constantly did it over and over and over, daily basis, there's so many ways that we could be better.
Yep. Basically just being disciplined. Like, just like people are disciplined to get up and go to work because they want to get that check at the end of the week, you can put in a little hour or two per week to do research on how to invest in this, an hour or two on how to purchase a home, an hour or two on how to build your credit, create a plan, and then work on that plan over time. I think people do not have the patience. They want instant gratification. And it doesn't work that way. But when you think about it, if you took the time to understand your credit, you made a realistic plan that works for you, because your plan may not work for me. And then you take your time and you just complete it.
Yeah.
You're going to be better off than where you were when you started. That's the goal. And then once you reach that goal, then you create another realistic goal. Which is outlined to fit the way your life is and what you can do realistically. You ain't got to put no unrealistic number on it every month. And then, set a plan. Yeah. And then just do it. You're going to find yourself further along, and you're not going to be in the same place 5 years from now. 10 years from now. Like, just do something. It don't have to be anything extravagant or like you're moving mountains.
Yes.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit of something.
Now, going back to the creating the generational wealth and tackling the obstacles when it comes to us not being our great grandmothers and grandmothers where we were so family oriented. Being a Black woman now, where, like you said, there's more Black millionaires than ever before. Being a business owner, have you come across any racial divide when it comes to being self-published and or in any of your other businesses?
Absolutely, because it's us.
Yeah.
And when I say it like that, Black folks feel like we all can be eating and thriving. It's just like, you got to look at it. We can use it as an example. If there's a ship, you got the captain, and the captain got their crew, and everybody plays their position so that the ship can keep sailing. At the end of the day, when the ship reaches its destination, everybody on that ship also is at that same destination. Yeah. Like, the goal is for us to all get there, but we all got to play our part. So when it comes to just the book industry in itself, there are a lot of people that are highly competitive. I talk about this on my podcast because I have an unscripted podcast series called Traces of Mika. And it's basically my memoir. And I talk about how a former author of mine deliberately and openly tried to destroy my name in my publishing company by basically wanting to talk about things they didn't even know or understand. So because I am also an author and a publisher, they felt that my efforts should align with what they need as an author. So if I'm on tour at my own event, signing my own book, their book should be beside me at the next table. But your book ain't got shit to do with my book. No. That's a Delphine Publications thing. And so I came across a lot of people in that industry that wanted a handout, or they tried to identify the source for success, which is a person or a company, and they wanted to just jump on the bandwagon. You got to understand, when you are self-published or under a publishing company, it's like signing under a record label. And what do record labels do? They invest in you.
Yeah.
That means they are spending their money to invest in your project, to invest in your brand, your artistry, and your development. And when they put your project out, it's not like, "Ooh, your project is selling. Now let me give you your money."
Yeah.
No, I need my money back.
Yep.
Yeah. You are an investment.
Yeah.
So once I get my money back,
you get what's
now
left.
You begin to earn royalties off of the profits, because we ain't made no profit yet because we have to invest. Like, that was a simple logic when it comes to business that authors didn't understand. And then it'd be the main writers. They ain't doing no book signing. They're not doing no interviews. They ain't even going out in their neighborhood talking about their book. They post it online to their friends and family, and they expect to be getting a check every quarter. So I experienced a lot of pretenders. I have experienced some people that was competitive, ungrateful mofos. And then just in the production world, like doing producing. I have a lady that has strategically tried to copy my events, even taking the same name of my event and doing her own version of it. My people do not understand the power of working together.
Yeah, definitely.
Issa Rae, she said it best: reach across.
Yeah.
Not reach up. Reach across, because you got people that's on the same level as you that have talents that can help you get to the next level. But you got everybody and mama that want to find who's already made it and let me jump on your team. Yeah. Let me pretend and tell you some things I think you want to hear, like I'm an asset to you. And then I'm gonna jump on your shit and then try to milk you of all your resources. That's what I've seen that, and I don't like that. I don't like that with us.
I like that reach across. Yeah. You gotta help someone.
You gotta help someone to be helped.
Assets.
You gotta be an asset to
and
them.
An ally.
And an ally. Like, what makes you special where you feel like you can jump into somebody's circle or a resource and then just pull and pull and pull? Who are you and what are you bringing to the table? Yeah. Let's make this a team effort. Yeah. And I feel like we need a lot more of that in general, just with us. We got to get out of that crabs in the barrel mentality. We got to, like, I grew up in Texas. I seen Mexican families 10 deep living in one home.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And they all sacrificed and they saved. And one by one, they helped each other get their own house.
Yep. And we talked about that on the podcast, how so many different cultures, it's okay for multiple generations to be in a house. But as a Black family, you are expected to be gone by the time you're 25 at the most.
Girl, 18. I see folks trying to dip at 18.
Definitely 18. At the most 25. They
definitely at the most. But you got folks that be up in there with sometimes they move back with they families. So I know I did.
I know I did. I moved right in this house with my mom and my dad. And I'm not going to say it was bad, but I'm also not going to say it was good. But for my children, it was the best decision that I could have ever made. Because if we were somewhere else, I don't believe that they would have spent as much time with their grandparents.
Yep. And you got to understand that our children do need their family. They do need those other energies, those other people. It really does take a village. And I really wish that we would change that mentality. I really wish that we would get better with that. I really wish that we were more loving and more nurturing when it comes to us. I really wish that even when it comes to Black men, protecting Black women, standing up for us, being more leaders. Like we are so far removed from how our grandfathers treated our mothers. And then you'll hear people be like, well, our grandmothers, they had to stay because they didn't have no job. They couldn't leave. Our grandfather, they had a whole family on the other side of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That may have been true. That may have very well been true. But one thing them black men did for the most part, the family they was with, they took care of them.
Yeah.
The kids knew them.
Yeah.
The women, they still weren't working. They weren't carrying on their own. I took care of my children by myself, 2 of them. Had to pay rent, and I funded my own career, and I funded my own dreams, and that shit was not easy, but yet I did it. If I had a real reliable partner, imagine where I could be right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need more than teamwork, because marriage, I think people look at marriage like love, a fantasy type of thing. But marriage really is about a partnership.
It is. It's a 100%. It's not a 50-50. Everybody has to put in 100%. That 50-50 shit is out the door.
If you lead in with marriage honestly and y'all understand each other's roles and understand each other's love language, you won't really kind of fall out of that marriage just based because somebody hurts your feelings or somebody's cheating, and hopefully nobody's cheating. But y'all shouldn't even get to that point to where somebody's cheating, somebody doing it, because you marrying your friend and you marry somebody that know this is a partnership and we got some goals and stuff we trying to meet.
Exactly.
Yeah. When
you marry somebody who you want to be with, y'all not gonna have time to cheat because y'all gonna be right up under each other.
Yeah.
Right up on each other and then hustling because I where's the money?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love you, but I don't want to be loved and love broke.
Exactly.
So where the money? That part.
Exactly.
Get to these coins.
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, I love you and stuff, but
it's amazing.
Sheesh.
It's amazing how not necessarily like you and I, this is our first interaction as far as the podcast. We've, tweeted and had conversations and stuff like that, but it's amazing how as Black women, all of our struggles are different, but all of our fundamentals are the same.
Yeah. This is true.
And I say that to say we know what we're not going to put up with. We know a level of what we're going to put up with. And we also have a level of, okay, what I might let slide. But we all have the same hustle. Let me backtrack that. Most of us have the same hustle mentality. I can't say all of us. Some bombs out there. There's some bombs out there who gonna, be with some, as Cat Williams say, some ain't shit niggas. What kind? Your pussy's attracted some ain't shit niggas.
That's right, because you don't know how to be by yourself.
The homosexuals.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. But and I don't know if you recently saw the show Made. Have you seen Made on Netflix?
I am in the 4th episode.
I've heard of it.
It is
It's very, 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 very good. I do like the fact that it's a white woman in that role. Because I think if it was one of us, nobody will really be receiving it like they are.
Yes.
But one thing that I noticed behind that story was I do like the fact that they're showing that you can be mentally abused.
Yes.
They're always showing physical abuse.
Yes.
But then I was also saying we have all these shelters where women can flock to with their children for safety. Yeah. Right? But this is going to be a repeated cycle because we have these women are flocking to these homes or these shelters because of a man.
Yep.
So when are we going to put together some prevention measures, if I'm saying it right, for men to stop being abusive physically and emotionally? Like, when are we going to start some healing within the men? That way, we don't have that many abused women and children. We got all these shelters, all these resources for women to flock to when the shit happened.
Yep.
But nobody is then turning to the men and making them go through some type of counseling, training, something where they are becoming better human beings. And I feel like that's a huge disconnect when it comes to men, especially Black men. Nobody's helping our Black men heal.
No, nobody's helping them heal. But I'm glad you said this. I was speaking to one of my friends who I'm trying to get to his schedule so he can come on the show. He was saying how when he got released from prison about 15 years ago, that the best thing that he did that nobody told him to do was go to therapy after he went to therapy for 6 months after he got out of prison. I'm sorry if I'm losing my voice. My allergies are getting to me. He went to therapy for 6 months, and he said that he recommends anybody who's ever been in jail, who knows anybody who's in jail, that they need to debrief themselves pretty much. They need to come out of prison and they need to talk, because it's not something that they're going to talk to their family and friends about. They need to talk to someone else who doesn't have a biased opinion about it. Now, going back to what you said, a preventative measure for men, they have it. It's called jail. It's supposed to be a rehabilitation back into society, but they don't offer that part. They only offer a turnstile where you get out, you got a mark on your record. They expect you to do better. But then when you can't do better because you don't have the education, the resources, the jobs, when your neighborhood is a food desert, so you're always hungry and deprived. And now you're going back into that vicious cycle of being angry because y'all have one job, one car, 3-4 kids, and y'all trying to make it work. And now she's being hit on or emotionally abused. Police is being called. He's back into the
prison is not, jail is not about rehabilitating anybody.
No.
I think that's where people get it confused. And you got to even understand now, if you go look at when they abolished slavery, if you're going to look at the law, it says something I have to paraphrase. Slavery is abolished unless you are found committed of a crime. It says it clearly. You are not a slave unless you are convicted of a crime.
Yeah.
So that means convicted people are legal slaves.
Yeah. 13th Amendment.
America has the most incarcerated people in the world. Slavery is a very current, real thing. Yeah. It has nothing to do with trying to get people to do right.
No, not at all.
Jail is a $1 billion industry. You got these multi-billion-dollar companies that invest in prisons because it's cheap labor. It's slavery.
That's all it is.
When we really think about the system that America is designed after, because they be talking about land of the free my fucking ass. We have to, as Black folks, do that extra step. Just like we know when we get pulled over by the cops, we got to put our hands on the ones and the twos, and we got to be cooperative, all that extra stuff. We know that we got to be less tempered.
Yeah.
We have to be just excel a little bit more in our classroom. We got to excel a little bit more at our jobs. And I feel like the more and more we do that, we make it easier for people that come up behind us.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what I thought. But as you see, we still have all these Black millionaires, and we still at the bottom of the economic ladder when it comes to us as a whole, as a race. We still at the bottom. America, it's not that great. We got the most firearms on the street. Medical insurance is not even free. Like it's a lot when it comes to it, and it sucks. But what we gonna do? Get mad, or are we going to team up, study the system, and make it easier for us moving forward? Easier.
And as easy as it sounds, the actions in it is the most difficult part. Because like you said, a lot of us don't want to take that time to, do an extra effort. But I think I think I spoke about this before on the podcast, is media. Is media, social media itself that that portrays it, oh, well, in order for you to be successful, you got to have this money. You got to have this kind of woman. You got to have these kind of cars. You got to have this kind of house. Do you really? If we look at, because if we look at like Bill, and always seen this comparison, but like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, you don't hardly ever see them in $10,000 suits. You don't see them in big.
They be looking extra regular.
Yeah. Extra regular. And
I think 50 Cent just released an interview today where he's talking about even when he became a millionaire, he was staying in a small 2-bedroom apartment, paying $800 a month.
What's his name? Ocho Cinco. He stayed in the training facility for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting millions deposited into his account.
Yep.
He was staying in the training facility. They said ain't nobody cheaper than Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson. And I can dig it. You know what I'm saying?
But you can tell when these folks got money when they don't got money. Because when they online showing stacks of money to their ear, they throwing it around. That's because you ain't never had it before.
Acting like a nigga that ain't never had. Your children's
not gonna have it either if you keep doing this. Like money can be gone real quick.
Real quick. You throw it up in the right spot.
Yep. Been there, done that, got that t-shirt. I understand that lifestyle. And I know how to move and navigate through it better.
Yeah.
It's amazing how ignorant some people can be. Even with...
And they choose ignorance.
They choose it. Because this little thing right here called a smartphone that everybody have in their hand is continuous, endless information.
Endless information.
I teach myself something every day.
I knew a lady that was struggling. She wrote a book on her phone because she ain't had no computer.
Well, there you go. I did that.
Well, there's a will, there's a way. When
there's
you
a
want
will,
to,
there's a way. When you
there's a way. You figure it out.
When you want to do better, when you want to know better, you can do better.
You do better.
So,
yep. I think Maya Angelou said something like that. When you know better, you do better. Something like that. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Maya. She be stealing stuff, I think.
Don't be doing Maya like that. Don't be doing our girl like that.
I think she stole that one. I thought that was in the Bible. We gonna have
girl, that is not in the Bible.
We'll have the what's it dog eat out when they come back.
And we done crazy. You know, be funny though. It's somebody because you know the Bible has been rewritten so many times. I wish they would rewrite it in a Black person voice.
Oh Lord.
You know, break it down in layman terms for us. You know, so for the ignorant Black folks that don't be reading, they can really get it.
Yeah.
You want to see the Bible turn away real quick.
Yep.
That Bible gonna be 6 pages long.
About 12. Let's make it a full 12. You know, the full round.
You gotta have the Lord's Prayer now. You gonna have Revelations. It's Revelations, blood, and we all die.
Proverbs 31, because every woman feel like they deserve a good man. So Proverbs Lord. 31.
The virtuous woman.
Every woman thinks she virtuous and she deserve a good man. Girl, you don't go on.
Boaz is not coming.
With your bad choices, and now you want somebody to take you on, girl, bye.
Exactly. That's amazing. Well, Miss Tamika, I hope you enjoyed yourself hanging out with us today.
I did. We talked about a lot of different things, but if y'all want, for those that are listening, if y'all want to continue on this commentary, listen to my podcast, Traces of Mika. That's Mika with an I, Mika. It's on YouTube and it's streaming on everything. But I have 2 seasons out, and again, it's a memoir. So I'm talking about any and everything that you can think of. I'm bringing up my children. Too. Yep, I'm singing. I used to record myself as a child. So I took these old cassette recordings of myself and I made snippets in between the episodes. So think of Lauryn Hill's Miseducation.
Yeah.
And how she got the skits in between her songs and her melodies.
Yeah.
It's almost like the same. So I have 2 seasons out. Season 2 is actually a visual piece. So you come into my home. You're able to see my son. I go to, I rent out an Airbnb. I go up for drinks and sit with my friends. So it's a really cute setup. But I really wanted to kind of talk about my experiences just as a mother, as an entrepreneur, as an author, as a person that believes in love. And season 2 is called On the Other Side of Healing.
Okay.
And so I talk about, I just talk about my own trauma. And I'm very, 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 very honest and very transparent. And I talk about some things that I never talked about before when it comes to my own family. And I do this so that people can really kind of see, hey, you ain't the only one that's going through something.
Yes.
And this is how I process my pain. And this is how I begin to move forward through my pain. And so I'm just hoping that people, take these episodes, they learn from it, and they start to have those own conversations that they need to have in their life.
That's good. I've watched season 1, but I haven't because I was high and I was like, why is she singing? I had to start it over.
My skit Davis niggas is on there too.
I made sure. I was like, damn, did I hit skip? So I hadn't started season 2 yet, but I'm gonna do that.
Start season 2. Like, you can watch it though. Watch season 2.
I did not know you were singing as a child.
Yes, I'm singing as a child. I was also singing as an adult too.
Okay,
but yeah, I used to be a PK kid, so I prayed a lot, and I made original music a lot. So I took that and I kind of just played that through that because I want to. It's called Traces of Mika, so it's all about who I was and who I am. So
gotcha. Yeah. But before you leave, do you have any advice for anybody that you want to just drop? If 12-year-old Mika was listening, what you want to say?
Don't marry that nigga. That'll be my first thing.
Check.
But here's some advice that works for everybody. Genuinely, and this is being 100. If you are genuinely unhappy with any part of your life, begin to break down and process why you're not happy about it. And then begin to try to identify what can make you happy. Okay. Especially when it comes to your dreams. Because if you are not happy, if you're not complete, if you're not fulfilled, it ain't nobody's fault but your own.
Yep.
I don't like to hear, I'm not happy. I don't like to hear, well, I'm going to do it, or I want to do, or I wish. I'm like, what do you need, a genie?
Yeah.
Say, what are we wishing for? If there are things that you genuinely want to do, understand what it is, develop and identify the steps to make it happen, create a plan that works. Do not think about the end goal. If your goal, for me, for an example, I'm a writer, is to put out a book, don't think about the book at the end. Think about the steps that it takes to get the book done.
Mm-hmm.
Identify those early steps. Okay, I need to write it first. Okay, well, how many words I need? Cool. I need about 40,000. How many can I write in a week? I bet. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to do 500 this week, 500 next week. Before you know it, 6 months later, you may have your 40,000 words. I bet. What I need to do now? Cool. I need to edit. Bet. Let me find an edit. How much is edit? Like, you got to do the steps in the work. Even if you want to buy a home, down to, whatever it is that you want to do, understand the steps, realistically break down a plan that you can realistically fulfill.
Yes.
Because you can fulfill it. You just might not be able to fulfill it in 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can get it done.
It has to be realistic.
It got to be realistic, y'all. Because if you think about the end, if you think about your desires and what you really, really want, and you want your life to look like what you want right now, you're going to get distracted.
Yep.
You're going to be upset. You're going to be salty. You're going to be sulking because you're thinking about the end game. You're thinking about the overall goal. And that shit is like you're thinking about the top of the mountain and you at the bottom.
Yep.
Can you think about getting to the middle of the mountain first?
Exactly.
And then once you
bring all your supplies,
strategize how to get to the top.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my advice. If you're not happy and there's something that you want to do, break down why you're not happy, break down what it is you want, and then identify the steps to make it work according to your life plans and your capabilities and what you can do.
Yes. And with that, guys, we're going to close the show. Oh, before we leave, what are your social handles?
Oh, everything is my name. Again, I'm all about branding. So everything is my name. Tamika with an I. That's Tamika. My last name is Newhouse. Like I bought a new house. That's Newhouse. And that's TamikaNewhouse.com. Tamika Newhouse on Twitter. Tamika Newhouse on Instagram. Then my podcast is Traces of Mika.
Facebook.
Facebook, Boss Lady Tamika. Okay. Or Tamika Newhouse. I mean, if you search me, you're going to find me.
Yeah, you're going to find me.
And I'm Googleable. Is that a word?
Google me.
Yeah.
Just put in my name instead. The other day, I Googled my name. They said my company made $3 million in the past year. And I said, oh, somebody lying. Who done took my money?
I know, right?
Because that's not my bank account. My bank account didn't say that. Somebody, I'm about to report Google. Somebody stole my money. This is the evidence right here. Google said I had $3 million in the bank. Who do I need to report this to?
Exactly.
Don't take this to the IRS though. You'll be paying more taxes than Trump.
Girl, okay.
Goddamn Trump.
I'm doing what Trump did because he didn't pay.
Yeah, he paid with $700, I think.
Something like that, and I know I pay way more.
Yeah, hello.
I'm gonna tap on your shoulder. Can I be on your team?
Exactly. What's your accountant name?
Right. What is the scoop? Give me the scoop, sir. Share the information.
That man right there is a real life.
These rich folks keep saying rich, and we trying to get rich, but y'all keep making us pay all these damn taxes.
Can't learn.
Yep.
Can't learn. That's crazy.
I know, y'all, but this was fun. Thank you so much for allowing me to come in and invade your space.
Of course.
I hope I see y'all in Atlanta next summer in August. I'm producing Black Writers Weekend. It is our 14th year, actually.
It was virtual this year.
Yeah, and we returned it. No, it was in person this year. It was hybrid. My bad. It was hybrid. So it was online as well as in person.
Okay, gotcha.
But next year is all in person in Atlanta. So go to blackwritersweekend.com.
Yes. All and we got the Delphine Studio. Isn't it Delphine?
Yes. Delphine Legacy Media. If you're an aspiring writer and you want to put out a book, or you don't even understand what type of writer you are, because writers forget that they are an artist and you do not know how to brand yourself as an artist, cool, hit me up. I got you. DelphineLegacyMedia.com. And Delphine is Delphine.
Look at that southern girl saying them L's.
I know, right? You heard it right? Because I was concentrating. Because you know how I dialect can be all messed up.
It's all the way messed up.
Mispronouncing words. You see, I was trying to do that other word, preventable. Something like that. I was saying.
With that being said, you get it out. Yep. With that being said, thank you guys for listening tonight. It's been an honor to be in the presence of Miss Tamika Newhouse.
Yes.
And Dorian, he's a cool guy too.
Oh, geez,
well, you were getting beat up a little bit today. But it's
that's a smidge. I feel like we kind of took it easy on you, Dorian. You was kind of quiet too. Especially when you was trying to speak up for the men, talking about no comment. They might be mad at you.
I try not to speak for all men because I don't want to set myself up. There, we'll go.
We're not speaking for all women. We're just speaking from a woman's perspective. You know, you got to jump in and give your male perspective.
Yeah.
But you did good, and so you had your own.
But as always, if y'all want to hit us up, got a topic or anything, or if you want to give us someone to be a guest on the show, hit us up at parkbench@combosinthepark.com. Dorian.McRae at combosinthepark.com or Miss MVP at combosinthepark.com.
Yes.
combosinthepark.com. That's all you need to know.
That's it. Everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Y'all heard all that in the beginning. I ain't repeating it.
Girl, not the lazy ending.
Look. That's the great ending. I normally don't say it.
Run it back. Y'all got in the beginning.
Yeah, y'all got it in the beginning. Just Google us.
Yeah, they're Googleable too.
Googleable, yeah. Find us on Pandora, Audible, iHeart, all that good stuff.
Yeah. All that good stuff, y'all.
All that good stuff. So, good night, everybody.
Toodles.
Peace, y'all.